Alright. I honestly can't remember the last time we played Genshin Impact, so we're back to Genshin Impact. So, I recently was informed that I could go back to the Natural Institute of Philosophy and I could continue the world quest involving Anne and the dog, which brought me into this location. So, we're gonna start with this, and then later today, we will we're gonna finish this little story, and then we're going to do the poetry event, because I think there's only a few days left of that. So I'm gonna take every opportunity I can. Oh! We're off to a good start. What is this place? Paimon's dizzy from that whole getting sucked into a book thing. I remember this place. I know. This is the Narzenkreuz Ordo. Sure does feel like we've been transported to all sorts of strange places under weird circumstances after meeting Anne, huh? Sorry, Paimon. Oh, it's fine. Paimon's not blaming you. She just thinks that Fontaine really is a magical place. Still, the Narzenkreuz Ordo sounds like an organization of people from the kingdom would set up a different country. The method of entry was pretty interesting too, huh? It was like that picture book in Anapasis. We read and read, and then we ended up somewhere else. And that makes this place something like a secret base, doesn't it? Why, we don't even know where it really is, either. It's probably like a domain. So are all domains like the inside of books? Is that like the lore implication? Are you feeling more calm now, Anne? Yes, much better. Thank you, Knight Dan. Or should I drop the title? It was all fake after all. Don't say that, Anne. I mean, I was still a knight regardless. An honorary one, but... Don't tell Jack! Anywho, on the contrary, your story has only just begun. Dan's right, you know, we still have a whole bunch of adventure waiting for us ahead. And, how should we proceed in peace of mind with reliable knight on hand? Oh, lovely maiden. You're getting tired? You getting tired, Paimon? Paimon's just trying to encourage Anne. Yeah, our story here really is just beginning. We still have like 4 more years of updates to Genshin Impact to look forward to. I might have kids by the time that this story is over. Boy, could you imagine? Just imagine that. There will be people that entered high school when Genshin Impact came out, and then will be leaving college when it finishes. You're quite the knight yourself, Paimon. You're positive and you have a good heart. Makes me happy, truly. Ah, come on. When you're getting serious all of a sudden. You're just a less powerful knight than Dan, that's all. Everyone's got things that they're good at. Dan's got a brain and a sword arm, and Paimon, a powerful eater, has powerfully white hair, is a powerful giver of nicknames. Yep, that's Paimon. A gifted speaker indeed. But that aside, didn't you say before that Narzenkreuz Ordo has deep links with the past, Anne? That's why we came here in the first place. Yes, however, my head's still a complete mess. It's true, Paimon knows. Let's put what we've discovered together real quick when we were exploring the Anapasis. Oh boy, Paimon's head is a mess too. Any ideas, Dan? Let's discuss Anne. Yeah, Paimon's been thinking about that too. Mary Ann said that your birth was a beautiful accident. What does that mean? I think it might simply be that my birth, it was a coincidence. Just as she said, I am someone she dreamed of. The form she took in the dream. Things we experienced together were also part of the tale in the dream. If it hadn't been for you, that dream might never have ended. Or perhaps it might have ended, and I might have disappeared with a happily ever after. I can't be sure. That's true. This is all so confusing. Not that Paimon gets it. This means that Mary Ann is also an Oceanid. Eh? And that Anne was created from Mary Ann. Eh? That's what I believe as well. And if that's the case, the things I remember during our journey should have been her memories, or so I'd think. Your knowledge and experience cannot exceed that of the main body. But when you met her, you also became your own entity. Without a main body to restrict you or control you. So become the master of your own fate, her last words to me. Oh, Paimon gets it now. That means that Petit Chow, Al, and the others are creations, just like you, right? I believe that to be the case, yes. In that case, who was Marianne, really? The name is very familiar to me, but I cannot recall why. It's like some part of my body has been frozen. Any other thoughts, Dan? The princess. We discussed Princess Lyris. I suspect that she was only ever a character in a story. In that tale, we needed to save her and defeat the fell dragon Narcissus. That was my original wish. All stories have their origins. Speaking of that, Anne, we heard you mention a place called the Narsenkreuz Institute before. If we go with Dan's logic, the Narsenkreuz Kingdom and the adventure team might have their stories' origin in the Institute and the Ordo, right? That is possible. Any other thoughts? Let's discuss the Narsenkreuz Ordo. Alright, now that I have thoughts on the matter, the memories and emotions. When those two children brought me here, it was a lovely place. Everything was new and shiny, just as before. They were vibrant and excited. Like sunlight shining on the water. They told me that this was our new home, and that they brought many new friends, that everything that could be like they were before. But later they changed. Some things stopped being the same, and people here changed too. Though the Narsenkreuz Institute of old did not have sunlight, it was very warm, yet this place grew ever colder. Then... Anne? Looks like she's in pain, Dan. Can you recall anything else? No need to push yourself. As for the rest, each time I try to recall it, I grow very frightened and very sad. It's the best I can do for now. I can sense that many terrible things happened here, and sense many emotions, rage, terror, but also hope, trust, and admiration. But all of them make me feel strange sort of pain, like there were all sorts of shards or impurities embedded in my body. I don't want to. I can't. Alright, let's leave that aside first. There's no need to force it. The more you try to force yourself to remember, the less you'll be able to remember. Feels like we got our hands on some clues, but then again, no. Actually, I've recalled something else. I've seen terrifying sights, primordial waters, and an animatic fluid of the world, and its placenta devoured to the last. The world fell into utter darkness. Never again would this cool spring water flow. I saw that once, or perhaps I saw it in the future. Wait a second. What are you talking about, the past or the future? I don't know. Sorry, and thank you, Knight Dan and Paimon. Come on, it's fine. We're gonna help you. I am truly happy the two of you are the first two friends I've met since I became me. For that, you have my thanks. Pleased to have met you too, An. Don't mention it. Why are the two of you being so formal? Isn't becoming friends something that just, happens? When you call us out to us and ask for our help, and that was the moment Paimon thought, that's right, you're our friend, we gotta help you. Aww, that's cute. Thank you so much, Paimon. Don't be like that. If you really wanted to thank us, keep your chin up and keep those spirits high. You're exactly right, Paimon. Besides, I have your help. Shouldn't waste standing still. I must recall more and tell you all about it. Not that you have to push yourself too hard to recall the past. It's fine. Just as Marianne dreamed of a past tale, and the tale gave birth to me, I will also rest. In dreams, I might be able to recall more things. Perhaps there might be lovely things there, too. If I do recall some, you're to be the first to know. Alright, good night, Anne. Good night. And that goes the unfinished story. I hate that these world quests are sometimes have a hidden conclusion that you might not ever find. the final question. Now we get to finish the Ancient Colors storyline. Oh, there's chests over here. So this is the Nasenkreuz Ordo. Recording. This location and data regarding it have been recorded in my storage unit. We've been here before. The Marianne you're looking for probably isn't here. But we might still find some clues that we didn't before. Do you remember anything useful upon arriving here, Seymour? Negative. The newly recorded information is pending further analysis and organization. No effective conclusion possible at present. Huh. Then are we going to have to wait a long time until... Affirmative. Record Space Coalition starting. Total time required, unknown. Interactive functions will cease temporarily while this is ongoing. Wait, hold on a second first. Roger, interrupting space collation process. What instructions, Mr. Dan, Miss Paimon? Come to think of it, we don't know much about you either, Seymour. All we know is that your master isn't Mamere, but someone named Marianne. Affirmative. Miss Marianne is my master. According to my standard deduction model, the odds of finding clues to her whereabouts are high. We know you said that before, too, but I felt that there was some more basic instructions we hadn't answered yet. Now seems to be a good time, right? If you could tell us a bit more about yourself and Marianne, we might be able to better help you. Of course, kind miss. So, Dan, what would you like to ask? Let's go about the Nasenkreuz Ordo. Can we really find clues about Marianne's whereabouts here? You've never been here before, right? So why do you think that we'll find clues here? My latest records indicate that the last records before meeting Miss Mamere were those of myself executing a specific process. This process was the capture of the fugitive elements from the Nasenkreuz Ordo. Miss Marianne was also executing this process. As her companion and guard, I followed her in garbled mechanical noises into Elneas. There we encountered members of the Nasenkreuz Ordo, including Jacob Ingold, core member of said Ordo. So he was a member, and Marianne was pursuing him? Affirmative. Well, guess there really is some relation there. I should have captured Jacob and questioned him. Paimon wonders if he'll come back here. If we'll ever meet again. We're gonna have questions for him. He doesn't seem like the sort who'll simply answer questions if asked. If all else fails, we can't just, go good cop, bad cop on him. There's gotta be some way else we're stuck waiting for Seymour to recall stuff. You mean when I complete the Record Space Coalition, Miss Paimon? Those things are basically the same. Any other questions? Tell us about yourself. I am a prototype 4AC V07. Somebody recently pointed this out to me, but that's actually like the product code for like the Seymour Ass's dog episode of Futurama, and now I get the reference. Oh, and it feels so sad. Sad dog waiting for master forever. You never gonna find her if they really want you to be a reference to that dog. Designed by blank to accompany and protect Master Miss Marianne. Paimon doesn't get a word of that. Is my creator. I am equipped with the most advanced optics, memory storage unit, logic unit, and various functional modules from the Fontaine Institute of Natural Philosophy. That was clear as mud, but it sure sounds impressive. The more impressive the equipment, the harder it might be to fix once broken. Note, regular Record Space Coalition can decrease the frequency of such issues effectively. So basically, before you've done your coalition thing, there's some stuff that you can't even tell us even if you knew. Affirmative. More precisely, garbled. Information regarding garbled can be extracted using garbled. This allows me to keep a log of Miss Marianne's daily life and also act as an agent's assistant. Are you serious? The important bits all got cut off. What's an agent's assistant? An agent refers to a member of the Marchus Phantom, who undertakes investigations. In this context, assistant refers to Seymour prototype 4AC-V07. Uh-huh. Wait, if that's who she is, wouldn't looking for official records help her find her faster? Why'd we come here? Miss Marianne's role as an agent was not publicized. Additionally, the case was investigated. It has to do with... Yeah. It is... Yep. So much text gone. Performed the direction of garbled mechanical noises as such garbled mechanical noises. Seymour, you're breaking down again, aren't you? No, regular record-space coalition can decrease frequency of such issues effectively. Let's just ask different questions. Tell me about your latest records. A fierce battle against the members of the Ordo broke out within Elneas. My storage unit encountered an error due to a massive trauma. We must foil the Ordo's plans. To that end, Jacob Ingold must be stopped. Sounds like 3 names there. Due to blank to Miss Marianne, your words are most considerate. Seems like we're going to have to wait for you to do that coalition thing, Seymour. But whatever the case, Jacob was trying to do something in Elneas, while you and Marianne were waiting to stop him, right? Affirmative. Your summary is oversimplistic, perhaps, but basically the truth, Miss Paimon. If only we have this information. Finding Marianne might be somewhat difficult. Doesn't seem like we got other options beyond waiting for you to do that record coalition thing, Seymour. My calculations indicate that the approach has the highest success rate. It'll take a lot of time, won't it? If you wish, I can estimate an amount of time required. Processing time required unknown. Yeah, no need to do the estimations. When you're done asking Seymour's question now, but boys, he still got some for you, Dan. You promised to explain, didn't you? I didn't stash any snacks away without your knowledge. There wasn't a good time to have this conversation earlier. But there's no one to disturb us now. Seymour's, well, a related party, right? No time like the present, then. Huh, so that's the thing that happened. Okay, we're now explaining how we talked to Elneas. I'm surprised we haven't told Paimon about that yet. So that's the thing that happened. Paimon thought you gotten sick or something when you started saying all that weird stuff. Well, it's good to know that you're fine. By the way, Seymour leaving you here to perform your record coalition thing wouldn't be a problem, would it? Oh, Anne's here. Huh, Anne, you're awake? Good morning, Paimon. Good morning, Dan. Oh yes, let Paimon introduce you. This is Anne, an Oceanid and a friend of ours. Anne, this is... I know you. You're the silly dog Seymour. Huh? I lack relevant data. I do not believe you had the honor of meeting Oceanid Anne. I've never met you before, either, but I was sure of it the moment I saw you. You must be Seymour. What's going on here? This must be... No, I don't know either. I feel strange. Note, regular record-based coalition can decrease frequency of issues effectively. Anyway, let's bring you up to speed. Okay, these two finally meet. So Seymour is searching for Marianne. Ah, no wonder the name felt familiar. The person Seymour mentioned and is looking for is also named Marianne. Note, regular record space... Okay, we get it, Seymour. Paimon's had it with you, you silly dog. According to what Seymour said before, they can't be the same Marianne, right? The timing? Based on your statement, may I deduce that you have met someone named Marianne in the past, or perhaps read or heard about such a person from sources apart from myself? Well, that was her name, that's for sure, you know. Let's do it like this. We can call Marianne in the Anaposis Marianne 1, and the one you're looking for, Seymour, can be Marianne 2. Negative. Marianne 1 I am searching for is of higher sequential priority to prevalent confusion. She should be Marianne 1 instead. Fine! She's Marianne 1. She's the only Marianne I know. Why don't you look at it this way, Seymour? 2 is bigger than 1. Doesn't that make it pretty good, too? Your claim, sorting data fragments. Looks like he stopped functioning again. Silly dog. Oh, Paimon didn't think you had mean bones in you, Anne, but you sure do. I don't know why, but I suddenly felt compelled to do that. Preliminary data fragment sorting complete. The following 15 reasons, Oceanid Anne and I assess that your perspective is illogical. Firstly, alright. That stuff doesn't matter. Come on, good doggy. Sit. It's set. Understood. Why? If you sit, we'll be able to improve photo-taking stability, right? Yes. Do you need to take a photo, Ocean and Anne? I am equipped with the most advanced optics from the Fontaine Institute of Natural Philosophy. I can... Oh, there's no need, but thank you. Understood. Wow, Seymour's getting played left and right over here. Let's call a quick halt, please. Do you want to go to the Anapasis, Seymour? Yeah, that way you can meet with Mary Ann and see if she's the one you're looking for or not. What you say makes sense, Paimon. Affirmative, a reasonable suggestion. Then let's go. Actually, Night Dan, I don't think we'll need the trouble this time. I can show Seymour the way. Are you sure you'll be fine? Yes, I know Seymour's very reliable. That's right. Let's meet here later, shall we? The final question. Huh, we got a key. Enigmatic pages. Well, if that's all that was in here. Well, that was interesting. We got to solve those two stories and see where they ended. And that only ate up about 20 minutes or so. Oh, I found where the key goes. That was convenient. But what was the point of that key? A study in Sable. Interesting. Just more enigmatic pages.
Is this an answer from this world?
Something fishy going on in here. That's the goop stuff that was in the, that was in the, what's it called? Ancient log. Oh, hang on. This looks important. When it comes down to it, yada yada yada. Okay, that'll be important. You can pause and read that on your own time. I'll probably do it when I go through and edit this video. I wonder who's calling me. I'm not gonna answer. Hey, we're back over here. This is the book that what's-his-name was reading. Oh, I didn't read any of these ancient logs when I went through here the first time. It's just another one for you. You can pause it and go through it at your own pace. Normally, I would do it myself. But it looks like it has to do with Renee. Who made cameras. Visit, 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 bigger, 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 visit, visit, visit. I love my, move my lab, okay. Another ancient log. Child prodigy. Ancient geometry. Took the day off. Really amazing. Joined the new lab as partner. His sister said that some of the friends joining the institute, nor confused by their conversations. Why is it I can understand a word on its own? Jacob! There's that name! Jacob Ingold. Prime Energy Machinery. Brought a camera from the institute. Uh-huh. No obvious symptoms. Took the day off. Elaine's sister came with me to see with Jacob. So Elaine's sister is Marianne, I'm assuming. Renee couldn't make it because the experiment was at a critical stage. So we now know all the people. So it's Elaine, Jacob, Marianne, Renee. Elaine and the Institute's director came to see me separately. Found out that they were graduates from the Narzenkreuz Institute. After the disaster, Lightbolt came on. Took the day, several while were unconscious, flowers for me. Hope everything goes well. Should have read all of these the first time through. Well, that's the end of that storyline.